Hey, what up, Wendy? Starting a little bit late. I
What are the reactions when people see you in public?
Sometimes people are really, really sweet and polite and just courteous and appreciative and just like wonderful. First of all, like nobody's ever like hostile or angry. So it's like I'm getting showered with like nothing but love generally, So that's wonderful. Well, I can't complain about that. Sometimes people get a little overwhelmed, and I definitely try to keep that in consideration because they will totally forget that like I'm a human too, and I need to eat my meal in peace, and that I might be on the phone with my mom when they interrupt me, and they're like, "Oh my God, I just watched your stuff all morning." Yeah, so even as much as I love it, and as much as I'm like so thankful for all the fans, I just need everybody to take a deep breath and count to five before you say anything.
What are the
A few videos now about me cooking as a houseless traveler, but I'll be honest, most days my meals do not come from cooking because it requires a lot of energy, time, and specific criteria to be met. For the most part, I cannot safely make a fire and also find something to cook the food in every day while potentially hauling around canned goods, as that's often part of my cooked meals. So here's some of my favorite free and cooking free meals and snacks I've gotten in the past week or so. At number 5, we've got beach trash avocado. If it was almost any other fruit or vegetable, it probably wouldn't make the list. But avocados are pretty expensive, and they're definitely a treat. Also, this one was not brown, and that's definitely a first for me with trash avocados. So at the very least, it was exciting. At number 4, I found some cheese weed near where I camped one night, which is one of my favorite plants. The little seed pods are edible and nutritious, and they sort of taste like okra to me, and they're even in the same family. I just laid in my sleeping bag and snacked on them for a while. At number 3, Food Not Bombs has to make the list somewhere. If you don't know, this organization provides free vegetarian meals all over the country, and I want to say outside the US too, which is very important to me, and the food is always homemade and pretty good. Number 2 is chocolate from a fancy bakery dumpster. This was actually some of the best chocolate I've ever had, and I'm a huge fan of chocolate. And it was far from an oldie dumpster that was full of delicious gems that night, so honorary mentions to all of those too. And finally, at number 1, while I was busking, I met the most generous two sisters who took me inside the grocery store and let me get absolutely anything I wanted. I picked out a lot of food I haven't had in years, and I'm so very grateful for their generosity. I'll be thinking about that for a long time, probably. My food comes from a wide variety of sources, all of which makes me appreciate it even more.
what the fuck? A homeless traveler?
I've made a few.
I think people who choose to be homeless have some type of mental issue. Anyway, it was pouring down rain this afternoon. The highway was damn near stopped to a fucking parking lot. There was fucking rock slides. And when I got home, it took my internet so long to fucking connect just now. I'm almost
Started
over.
wanting Goggins goggle glasses, and I
I'm
had
almost
no
over
idea
this
what
shit
I was
already.
doing.
God
Look
damn.
what Euro does using.
Everything got to be so fucking difficult today. But I did. The day wasn't terrible. We did. So I did have my last day of Skyview with my kids, and beetles and anything that crawls with that. Things can be they can be scary, but they're not very dangerous. Wait a minute, does that? So we're getting our bug catching kits together, looks like it. And then me and the kids and my volunteers went hiking through the woods looking for bugs and stuff. And we play with rockets. It really does. Here you go. Don't aim it too far and straight because you're gonna hit somebody's car. Aim it. And that was my shirt after hiking in playing with rockets. Fucking soaking wet with sweat. Like the front and back, like I was soaking wet. I was sweating so bad. I told the kids, I was like, I can't take it anymore, guys. We have to go. We gotta go. But we had a good time. And we had cupcakes too. And I started writing something to this beat right here. Alright, we need green. I'm gonna need green for sure. I almost want to clean this palette completely off now. I'll save it for a second. Let me get my dinner together. Then what I said, I need green paint. I need some green paint. Yeah. I need some green paint. Yeah. Just let me think. Man, some green paint. I really need some green paint. Yeah. Just let me think. I really need some green paint. They say green is egregious. Like Captain Lee and Regis. I saw me in them demons like I really need some green paint. Wait, let me think like yeah. I really need some green paint. Green paint. I really need some green paint. They say green is egregious like Captain Lee and Regis. Blah blah. Some in my demons. I don't need that. I need green. Oh, we got some green paint. Hopefully that'll get us somewhere we need to be. Let me go check something real quick. I just thought about something. I'll be right back. right. All right. So the name of this beat is Gemini Moon. Um, I am a Gemini, and I'm not really big on the astrology type shit. What's your sign? What's your sign? Fuck you, bitch. That's my sign. Stop sign. Stop asking me what my sign is. But I am a Gemini, and I don't know, like the Gemini zodiac sign has like it gets some of the worst reputations, I guess. I don't know why people do the Geminis like that for whatever reason. Oh, you a Gemini? Ba 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 ba. You two face, whatever. I'd be like, bitch, you don't know me. You don't fucking know me, bitch. But I had somebody do my chart one time because they wanted to, because they were really big into this stuff and like the tarot cards and all that shit. And I'm like, whatever. It's like, so what's your moon sign? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't even know what the fuck a moon sign is. And they said, well, people think you only have just one astrological sign, but really you have a rising sign and this sign and that's. I was like, okay, whatever. And so they asked me like, what's your birthday? Where were you born? And what time were you born? So I told them all that, and they were like, oh, you are. There's like, oh yeah, I had a great day. They was like, oh, you're a triple Gemini. I'm like, what does that mean? There's like every one of your signs is Gemini. And there's like some people have, a little bit of Taurus or a little bit of whatever in them, Leo or something. There's like, nah, you're like a full-on Gemini in every aspect. Any way you look at it, like you're just gonna come out to be a Gemini. And she's like, even your moon sign is Gemini. I'm like, my moon sign is Gemini? Okay, whatever that means. Whatever that means. And then now I came across this beat called Gemini Moon. I'm like, you know what? I will write something for that. Because now I do know that my moon sign is Gemini. So I'm just playing off of the standard description of what a Gemini is. And honestly, I think any zodiac description can fit any person if that's their sign or not. Fucking Sagittarius or Capricorn or Cancer or whatever the fuck, man. Who cares? We're all fucking humans. What? There are people say, just how the moon affects the tides is the same way the planets affect us at our particular moment of birth. And I'm like, I don't know. Is that gonna affect your personality for the rest of your life? I don't know. I don't know about that part. Some people really believe that. The day, the place, and the time you were born will have a dramatic effect on your individual personality forever. You can't get away from your zodiac sign, and it's like I don't know if I can. I don't know if I want to believe all of that, but then at the same time, it's just like something fun to think about. I need that blue. Wait a minute, what blue is that? It's definitely not that. Although I could use that, maybe. Is that ultramarine? That was ultramarine. I'm an Aries, but I don't know what the fuck trait that means. It just means I was born on a certain day. Aries. Yeah, I literally had to look up some traits for a Gemini. And I don't understand why people hate Geminis. Like, we got the best traits. And then when I looked up, like, the full chart, it seems like I'm a very decent person. I should be a person you would want to have in your life. If I actually lived up to all the fucking traits of a double Gemini, sounds like a pretty awesome fucking person to me. Those type of Gemini seems like an awesome person. You're a decent Gemini. Well, I really appreciate that one. That means a lot coming from you. You know what I'm saying? That means a lot coming from you. And I thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Okay, so I said, what are the qualities and attributes of the Gemini? The Gemini is the third sign on the zodiac, May 21st through June the 20th. Ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, intellect, and adaptability. Its symbol is the twins, representing duality, curiosity, and versatility. Now we know that we live in a dual world. Everything has its opposite. Everything has an opposite. Up, down, left, right, dark, light, positive, negative. Everything has a duality about it. There's two sides to a coin, but it's the same coin. Um, and each individual person has a duality of the masculine and feminine that we should try to balance. And so automatically the Gemini possesses the whole gambit of the duality because the Gemini is its own twin. Represented by the twins, the Gemini is its own twin. So I'm almost a perfect being. I'm almost a fucking perfect being to start with. Here's a breakdown of Gemini's common qualities and attributes, both strengths and challenges. Core strengths: curiosity and inquisitive. Curious and inquisitive, always eager to learn new things, explore ideas, and ask questions. Adaptability, can adjust to new situations quickly, flexible in thinking and lifestyle. Expressive communicator, skilled in conversation, often witty, charming, and persuasive. Socially skilled, this is number 4, enjoys meeting people, networking, and making connections. Number 5 is quick-minded, thinks fast, grasps concepts easily, and can problem solve on the fly. Personality traits: elemental, air, intellect, idea driven, and people oriented. Morality: mutable, easygoing, and change friendly. Symbol: twins, represents multiple sides of their personality, sometimes contrasting. Ruled by Mercury, gives them a love for language, learning, and movement. Potential challenges: 1, indecisiveness. So many interests makes it hard to commit to one choice. Restlessness, can get bored quickly if things aren't stimulating. Superficiality, sometimes skims the surface rather than going deep. Inconsistency, may start many projects but struggle to finish them. Dual nature, can seem like two different people depending on the mood. Gemini in a nutshell: the Gemini thrives when life is dynamic, social, and mentally engaging. They're natural storytellers, learners, and connectors who can see multiple sides of any situation. At their best, they're sparkling conversationalists with a deep well of knowledge. At their worst, they can be scattered or unreliable if they don't ground themselves. We already got the song started. So after I read that, so then I said, okay, well, calculate my sun and my moon signs. So okay, based on your date of birth, sun sign is Gemini. Your sun sign is Gemini, as the sun typically transits this sign in May 21st to June 21st in Western tropical astrology. Multiple astrology sources confirm that June 2nd falls solidly in the Gemini range. Moon sign is Gemini. Your moon sign also appears to be Gemini. According to the date range data, the moon was in Gemini between June 2nd and 3rd. For example, Axe Oracle's birthday analysis indicates moon Gemini. Since your birth was on June 2nd, your moon is within that Gemini period. Unless a sign change occurs later that day, And as confirmed by Astroline's moon in Gemini reading, your moon sign is indeed Gemini. So, summary: sun sign, Gemini; moon sign, Gemini. What does this mean? Having both your sun and moon sign in Gemini suggests that communication, adaptability, curiosity, and mental agility are central themes in your personality. Gemini's energy is often associated with versatility, sociability, and an intellectual approach to life. With your inner self, moon, and identity, sun, both align in that sign, these qualities may be particularly pronounced. So I'm a Gemini both ways. I'm a Gemini both ways. Upside down, inside out, left, right, forward, reverse. I'm still a Gemini. I don't give a damn how you look at that shit. I'm a solid, I'm a solid Gemini. Right down the middle. Right on the money. But I heard the beat and I was already liking the beat before I even looked at the title. And the title was of the beat is Gemini Moon. I'm like, okay, my moon sign is a Gemini. I do know that. And that's when I started doing the research to figure out like what does that actually mean. And I'm like, for whatever reasons, it sounds fucking cool. It sounds like I'm a really smart kind of guy. I like that. I like the description. I can roll with that. I'm gonna start telling motherfuckers, you better check my moon sign. Bitch, I'm a Gemini. So I was listening to the beat, and I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna just write a song called Gemini Moon. You know, why not? Why shouldn't I write a song called Gemini Moon? Perfect title for the beat, for the song, for the theme. When I be trying to find some shit to think about to write and I don't got no ideas, I say I let the beats be the influence sometimes, especially when the beat maker get a beat a name. That's all I need. Just give me just name the beat something, and let me see if I can find those words in there somewhere that will relate to what the producer was envisioning when he made the music. I'm gonna try to get on those same vibrational waves with you, broski. What's the name of this beat? Gemini Moon. Okay, I can. Okay, that's a good start point. I can come up with something for that. Now, if you would have named that shit tomato sandwich, you know, that might have been something different, you know? And I would have been like, whoa, wait. I don't eat tomato sandwiches, man. I eat tomatoes on my sandwich. You know? Ty, can you say why you are painting what you are and what is it for? I could. Yeah, I mean, I can say why. I can. Is that what you want me to do? Do you want me to explain my art to you? That's a good, that's a good question, I guess, or a good set of questions. Um, well, why am I painting what I'm painting? The reason why I'm painting this is because I think it's a very intriguing concept. I think the imagery is a very intriguing concept. And what is it for? It's for my personal sanity. This is for my personal sanity. Because like the Gemini I just described, I always have to be mentally engaged in something that's exciting. And if I'm not, I get bored. And I don't like being bored. So instead of being bored, I keep myself sane by creating beautiful, masterful works of art that takes hours and hours and hours to finish. I create beautiful masterpieces so that I don't go fucking crazy. That's why I do it. I mean, that's what it's for. It's for me and my sanity. But why I'm painting this image is because I think it's a cool idea. It's a cool idea of seeing black people read books written by black people. I like that idea of black people reading books written by black people. That's one of my favorite ideas ever. It's probably the best idea I've ever come up with. Is let me show the world black people reading books by who? Books by other black people. I think that's a really neat idea, a really cool concept. Why? Because black people are shown in so many negative lights, are depicted in the harshest way with so many negative stereotypes always placed upon us. So I want to show black people being smart and intelligent, looking beautiful and regal. You know, you know how smart these black people are. They're so smart. They only read books written by black people. Ain't that something? And then the next man be like, "Niggas be writing books," and I be like, "Yeah, motherfucker, we write books, bitch." The fuck you mean? Do we write books? I ain't even know niggas be writing books. Other than what's his name? Um, um, Martin Luther King. I remember he wrote a book. I thought he was the only, black man who ever wrote a book. No, 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 no. There are a lot of black people who write books. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll put it in my art. I'll show everybody. It's all the time. Well, who be reading? Well, who read the books? Hey, other black people. Very simple yet intriguing. Simplistic but very complex in nature at the same time. Once again, a duality. It's a very, very mundane thing. Sitting down reading a fucking book. Whoop the fucking do. So what? Where lies the message in that? The message extends from the fact that we know for 16 for 14 to 16 generations we were purposely kept illiterate, purposely not properly educated. And even though in today's modernity, where we have access to all of mankind's information at our fingertips, niggas still refuse to pick up books sometimes and just read for themselves. Read and study and educate themselves from people who look like them. Throughout my public education, the information about people who look like me was presented to me by people who did not look like me. I was always told my history through the lens of someone else. until I decided to start reading my history through the lens of people who actually live that narrative. So when you read Francis Cress Welsing or Amos Wilson or Chancellor Williams or any of these people, they're giving you the diaspora from their personal experiences in their own personal research and documentation and study. And then they can pass that to you and say, here, black boy, this is what it really is. Here, black girl, this is how we perceive the world to be. I'm not sure what you're trying to say. You want to do some writing with me? Hmm. In a literature? I can. Is English not your first language? And that's, if it's not, that's great, because you are trying to convey this idea, but I don't think I'm understanding exactly what you're saying. What would I want my community to read? Everything. I want people to read everything. I want you to limit yourself to anything. Don't limit what you read. Expand upon what you read. We're just not taught certain things. And the things that we're not deliberately or directly taught through our educational system, you should just go out to educate yourself beyond the standard of curriculum of whatever's been handed to you throughout your public or private school career. Like, they really teach us bare minimums about like true history, and that's anybody's history, from the Saxons to the fucking Scottish to India to fucking South America and Brazil. Like, they don't teach us our true history, and that's a deliberate thing. People become too proud, and pride is a very powerful thing. If you know who you are and you know your ancestry and you know your true self, you would be super fucking proud of who you are. And they don't want anybody to be proud. They want all of us to be easily manipulated and controlled. That's what the handlers want nowadays. Pride is out the window. Don't pump them up with too much self-knowledge and self-worth. They will become prideful and they will overthrow shit, because their pride will not allow them to be subservient to a system. Speak English? Man. I might have to come up with a for that. What do you want to write in particular? I just write songs right now. I haven't written any essays or lectures or anything like that in a while. Like, Like the last lecture I wrote was almost 2 years ago now. The last essay I wrote was even probably farther back than that. My last lecture was pretty good though. I wrote a lecture called "A New Understanding" for an art show that I did at our local university. After the lecture was over and I was taking questions from the audience, one kid, a young black kid too, stood up. He was like, in the beginning, when you first started talking, I was like, I don't know what the hell this man talking about. He said like that. He's like, I was like, I don't even understand what you're talking about. But he was like, halfway through, you started really tying a lot of things together, and really things started making sense to me. And it's like, I am so happy that I came to sit through this lecture. He was like, I really think I learned a lot. And I was like, well, that's what's up, yo. If it's just one person. And the lecture hall was almost packed, like 150 people in there. It wasn't a lot of people. But if just one person stood up and just said, hey, I really think I learned something, that's my job is done. One connection at a time. But yeah, I haven't did any like serious academic writing, and like I say, almost 2 years now. I just haven't. Oh my God, I lost connection. See, guys, this has been happening with me a lot lately. Not. All right, we made it back. Yeah, lecture was about my art. A new understanding it was about art and about this series right here with the books. This is my main series that I work on. So I just talked about other artists throughout the years who actually changed their approach to art and their message in their art, like kind of dramatically, because they had a new understanding of how powerful the art could be. Norman Rockwell actually left. He stopped his contract with the Saturday Evening Post once he wanted to start, putting more social issues in his artwork. He was painting up into the 60s, and the civil rights movement was starting to rise, and things were really changing in the country. And a lot of people were like, we're not gonna like touch those issues. But Rockwell wanted to put that shit in his paintings, and he lost a couple of contracts behind that. He had a new understanding. Picasso was trained by his father. His father was a very traditional painter, very traditional, kind of like Rembrandt and those guys. And at a young age, Picasso was a fucking master painter, like realism, like the shit that I'm doing. Masterful painter. Until he started to travel, and he moved to Africa, and he traveled down to Africa and seen like all this other kind of art, and then he started deconstructing his style and taking it from that traditional Italian approach, or that traditional like Russian approach, and started doing an abstraction of what he saw. But that was only after he saw like some of the African masks and African artwork, where they would have like abstractions of individuals, or exaggerations of individuals. Like this African mask is elongated with big eyes, and they would exaggerate different features and deconstruct certain features. And so after seeing artwork like that, Picasso changed his whole fucking style after looking at black artists, and he had a new understanding of what art can be and what it can do. Faith Ringgold, Barkley Hendricks, like all these people kind of changed their styles and what they were talking about once they perceived a different way of making the art have an impact on the viewer. And so they all had a new understanding. And when I first started painting, I just wanted to make things pretty. I just wanted to make pretty paintings. I never painted anything of like real substance or depth. I personally didn't think that people would take me serious enough for heavy concepts like that. And then once I started doing this reader series and putting a bunch of books in my art and realizing that other black people haven't read these books, I just decided to continue to do it. I had a new understanding. This is a very powerful medium, and I can give people access to this information without them even being aware of it initially. Somebody's going to an art gallery, presumably to see some beautiful art, but they walk away with a history lesson and maybe a new book or two in their Amazon cart because they're so intrigued by the piece. They want to know, like, what does that book say? The book that she's holding right there, what does that talk about? And I've had people tell me, I ordered a copy or I bought a copy of that book because I saw it in your painting. And so that was my new understanding, that even me as a little nobody can still have the transformative power of influence through imagery. And so why am I painting what I'm painting? Back to your initial question, it's because I think it's a really neat idea. I think it's a really cool concept. And it's something that I haven't seen done to the extent that I'm trying to do it in any gallery or museum that I've ever been in. I've seen people copy me since I started this. But before I started my reader series, I never would go into galleries and museums and see like a whole series of artwork based on contemporary black authors. Like what? Nobody wants to see that shit except I want to see it. And now, since I haven't seen it anywhere else, I just made it myself. I'll make my own shit. Oh yeah. See, this is art and education, buddy. This is art and education. A little bit of art, a little bit of education, man. Try to make it fun, interesting. Oh yeah. There is nothing new under the sun at all. You won't come up with a completely new original idea. And if you are, you're like borderline fucking genius. The best most of us can hope to do is take something that's familiar and do it in our own style and put our own twist, our own spin on it, or take it and re-roll the narrative in a different manner. But like once again, you can go find paintings of people reading books. I ain't doing nothing new in that aspect. Most uh, scholarly individuals or prominent individuals, when they do get a self-portrait done by some esteemed artist, they're always like in their library or they have like a book stand next to them because the books represent intelligence. It represents knowledge. And so most astute individuals who ever have their paintings done, they like to have books around them. You know, so that's nothing new. I'm not doing anything new in that aspect at all. I'm just changing the people in the content. And I allow the viewer to see up close exactly what the content is. It's not going to be some obscure edge of a book with, blurred out words where you can't really see, like, what are they reading? No, 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 no. I want the viewer to absolutely 100% be able to see what the person is reading. That's the main part. I want you to see exactly what they're reading. I don't want you to guess. I don't want you to come up with some hypotheticals. Nope, you can look at the painting and see the book, and if you want to, you go buy your own copy of the book. Easy peasy, fresh and squeezy. hmm Has a up has a contemporary vibe with a traditional old school flair to it. Oh man. Right at an hour. It's not too bad. Like I said, I did start a little bit late today because of traffic and rain and struggling to get a good connection when I first started streaming. Had to restart that shit like 3 times. I think I think I do need to reset my modem though and router. I might do that this afternoon or this evening before I hop on the game. Yeah, the golden ratio. It's the perfect number that's found in almost any kind of symmetry. Yeah, golden ratio is well known. It's in your ear. It's in the spiral of the follicle of your hair. It's in the she shell. The golden ratio is everywhere. It's represented by the cube in the spiral. The cube in the spiral. Yeah, the cube, the cube in the spiral. Yeah, see art, seashells. It's in nature. It's in construction. It's in everything. Yeah. So what about it? What about the golden ratio? Yes, I know this. Why can't I find my book? I don't know why I can't find this one book I'm looking for. Yeah, so I know art too, bro. Like, I did have an Italian Renaissance book. Italian Renaissance is probably my favorite era of art. But yeah, art in mid-century, design, Gothic art, Egyptian sculptures. You want to talk about the golden ratio? You have to look at the ancient Egyptian sculptures. The golden ratio is always in their art, bro. That's like their main thing. Salvador Dali. Uh, this is another good one. Museum of Modern Art. World of Folly. That's Hunt Shlono. So yeah, I put books in my art because I like books, and I have lots of books that I read about art. So I understand like some people like to be like, oh, and this and this and that, and he used that in his artwork. Trust me, bro, I already know. I don't be meaning to sound like a know-it-all all the time, but like just so you don't feel compelled to continue to try to give me a lesson about Da Vinci, like I know shit already. I guess that's my arrogant side of the Gemini coming out. But nah, I do this for real, bro. I'm like a real artist, bro. I'm not just some. I'm not some fly by night type person. So, yeah, yeah. So I'm good on art lessons. Nobody has to give me art lessons or describe to me how Da Vinci made his art. All right, stuff like that. I'm good on that. I appreciate it though. I really do. I really do appreciate it. Some people may be like, well, he probably doesn't know that. No, no, no. You know the golden ratio? Yeah, yeah, we do. We good on all of that stuff, man. I'm good on all of that. Thanks for the lesson though. I say I just don't read books by black people. I read all kind of stuff. I only put those books in my artwork though. You know, it's a difference. Just because I don't put it in my artwork all the time, that don't mean I don't read that shit now. That don't mean I don't be reading that shit. Oh yeah. Experimentation is always good. You're not gonna figure out what you like until you try a bunch of different things. You gotta open yourself up to different methods, techniques, sources, materials, and teaching instructors.
Uh,
You know, experiment. That's why I just keep hoping, man. I can get me an apprentice. Man, if I can get me one apprentice, like a nice teenager, like let's say like 14, 15, and work with this motherfucker for a couple years, man. By the time they 20, yo, they gonna be the best artists in the fucking world. I just need one student, yo. Give me a student, man. Give me a student. I'm gonna make one of the best artists the fucking world has ever seen. I promise you that. I promise. I just need to find the right young person. You gotta get them young before they go to college and thing. The university pump their head up with all this dumbass shit that ain't even fucking art. Don't listen to that bullshit, kid. Come here. Let me show you how to paint this shit right here. Don't fall for the fads and the trends. That shit come and go, man. That shit come and go. And if you do like that shit that much, internalize it. Make that shit your own. Don't go out here copying nobody's shit. Make that shit your own. And come up with some good ideas. Let me find my student. I bet Da Vinci's. I bet his master been goddamn hella excited when he came across Da Vinci. He's like, oh, this boy right here got the juice. Boy, look, boy, you gonna be famous. Boy, let me show you how to do this right here. Let me show you how to do it like this right here. You gonna be famous, boy. This boy got the juice. I need to find my little Da Vinci. I'd be like Ip Man, teaching goddamn Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying? I'd be Master Ip. All right, we're almost at 5 o'clock. All right, almost got this, the glossiness of this top book. Might want to add, let me see. Let me see. First, I'm gonna add a little white. Add a little white to this edge, right? Like that. And then we're gonna add some more of this lighter green, some of this light green in here like that. And right here, something like that. Damn. I might need to pull this over some more too. All right, something like that. Right? I guess. It might work. It might work. Nah, this is, you can't send images to the YouTube chat, bro. You ain't never been on a YouTube chat before? You can send emojis, not images. Mm-hmm. I do it something like that. Gotta feather it out a little bit, make it look juicy, make it look nice and glossy, nice and flossy. Take a little gloss to it. Mm-hmm. All right, that don't look too bad. That don't look too bad. So that's the bulk, like the of the cover. Now we'll come back and do the lettering on that last, of course, and along the side. But we did. I mean, the side of the book is just solid, this solid dark green right here. So that wasn't too hard.
When you focus, they gon' know it. Got them up and spoken words, it seems too cold. Never on no ocean, move ferocious. I keep motion, like osmosis. I keep smoking, talk my shit, halitosis. Never question my devotion. No assumptions, need promotions. I got substance, watch me roll it. Take a token, that's the fluent. Nigga, Ellen Poe, writing poems, this is how it go. Have you seen a ravers never more? Will you ever score? I know this for sure. I'm a brick of roll, you know I'm pure. All the drama, I endure. I spit so sick, ain't got no cure. Please don't.
Anything else you want to talk about, man? You want to talk about Edgar Allan Poe? I just put his name in my raps, dog. Like, yeah. Wendy, we might have to block this guy. You know of Poe, like, bro, you don't speak like an American, bro. Well, you didn't say you were American. You just said English is your first and mother tongue, which is really weird. I've never heard an American say my mother tongue, but. Yeah, bro. You wanna throw something else out there that you think I may not know about? Motherfuckers be trying to test me on little shit like I like Edgar Allan Poe. Do you know who that is? Yeah, I know who fucking Poe is, bro. Telltale Heart. I'm from the West Coast. Really? I don't know, man. Yeah, who doesn't know who Edgar Allan Poe is, man? The Raven, and Nevermore. Actually, that's one of my favorite lines in there. Edgar Allan Poe writing poems. This is how it go. Have you seen Ravens? Nevermore. I read everything, bro. I don't know. He seems kind of weird to me. Yeah, get him up out of there. You gone, bro. We appreciate it though. We tried it for a little minute. From the West Coast, I don't know about that one. My mother tongue. Yo, Americans, we don't talk like that, bro. What the hell? I almost thought it was Turkey Lips coming back for a second. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm like, Turkey Lips, you done made another account again, broski. That guy was kind of weird. It was kind of fun, but kind of weird at the same time. I like to indulge him a little bit. But after I just told you to stop trying to school me, nigga, you still trying to school me. I want to know what you read. I read Edgar Allan Poe. Bitch, calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck down. You don't think I know who that is? Stop trying to fucking school me, bro. You know of Poe? That was weird. Hey, I swear, sooner or later he was gonna bust out with his true identity, yo. I really was feeling that shit, Wendy. Because that motherfucker just seemed too. I can't really explain it. You're doing too much, bro. You're trying to do too much and say too much, and it's all about nothing. And you want to write with me? What the fuck does that mean? I'm 23. I don't know. A 23-year-old fucking troll. You're right though. We played with you long enough. We gave you some time. Make you feel welcome. You know, you were the highlight of the stream for today. You know. But as soon as I said, I don't know, you must not speak English, must not be your first language. You said, yes, it is. It's my mother tongue. What the fuck, bro? Where are you from? Who says that? Yeah, we played. Hey, like I say, when we gave him enough time, more than enough time. We gave him more than enough time, and The whole time I'm trying to be polite. I even showed this motherfucker my bookshelf. Keep talking about the golden ratio, the golden. I know that shit, dude. Do I have to show you my history books? Stop trying to educate me on art. That's how I know people be weird. You go into a stream, so that's like if I go into somebody's stream and they're rebuilding their grandfather's hot rod, and they have the engine out, and they have all these schematics and all their tools in a really nice garage with a really nice shop, and they have all the tools and everything they need, and they're just working away like rebuilding this engine. You think I'm gonna come in there and be like, yo, have you ever tried to use this or that? Did you know that if you put this type of screw on your thing, obviously this motherfucker knows what the fuck they're doing. You should just sit back and enjoy it. You might learn something. My uncle used to tell me, look, listen, and learn. Look, listen, and learn. That don't say shit about asking questions or giving it suggestions or none of that shit. Because if you look and listen long enough, the question that you had may inadvertently get answered. Or the suggestion that you were about to make, the person may already have that in one of their steps that's coming up next. Enjoy the fucking stream. And I'm not saying don't ask any questions or anything like that, as long as it's in line. Because again, I'm not gonna go in somebody else's stream who clearly looks like they know what they're doing, and then be like, "Do you know about this?" Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? Doesn't even make any sense, man. You know about the golden ratio? Why? Why? Privately. Hey, Wendy, you can't tell me that wasn't some weird vibes. I want to do it privately. And then he tried to send a picture. What? It wouldn't let me send the image. What the fuck are you doing, bro? Who are get him out of here? Get him out of here. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Get out. We played enough. We had some fun. That was enough. I swear that was turkey lips, yo. I just really, really feel like that was turkey lips. How many accounts he made that day? At least four, right? He made at least like four accounts in that one stream. It might be his return. He does this thing. It's weird how he messes with me. So he'll do it for like sometimes like weeks at a time, and then you won't see this motherfucker for like months, and then he'll come back out of nowhere. It's just like Dorman. Look up Dorman. He killed the Indians. Dude, who the fuck are you? Four. He did four different accounts in one fucking stream, yo. Four accounts. Who can make accounts that fast? Like, say he was making an account every 30 minutes. We was in there for 2 hours. Every 30 minutes, he'd come in there with a new account. Block. Ban. Come right back. Like, what is the other? I cannot understand the obsession with individuals who do stuff like that. I'm just happy that now you know who it is and you know who to look out for too. Everybody need to know who that dude is because he's just a troublemaker. He took the whole damn yard. inch, you take a yard. Give them a foot, they take a mile. God damn. Calm your monkey ass down. It's a little bit after 5. Damn it. I'm gonna try to like at least blend this area, and then we'll call it a wrap for today. Gemini, it's Gemini, it's Gemini, the Gemini. The Gemini, it's Gemini, Gemini, the Gemini, it's Gemini, Gemini, the Gemini. Gemini, moon in it, hit moon in it, let the moon, cause the Gemini, moon in it, soon, cause it, soon like the Gemini, moon in it, Gemini, moon as I walk to the tomb, and the as I walk to the tomb of the Gemini, moon, so soon like Gemini moon, yeah, the Gemini moon. To the tomb as I walk into the tomb. Gemini moon, walk into the tomb as I walk into the tomb. Gemini moon, yeah, the Gemini moon. All right, this shit is almost. So that's the start of the second verse. Astrology, cosmology, philosophy. And this is all we got left. What's that? About 20 pages? 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh, that's like 12 or 14 pages. And all the rest of this, we did this one at the beginning of the year. I don't think it was even January either. But we filled up a tablet in less than a year. That's pretty good. Okay, so this is first verse for Gemini moon. I've never been two-faced, always been too straight. The planet, the moon, and the sun said I'm too great. And they said your crew gay. Too bad you found out too late. I'm guided by Mercury and feeling like I'm Hercules. Move smooth with urgency, and I problem solve with ease. Communicate with certainty. I'm fly like the birds and the bees. June 2nd, 1981, That's my sunrise. So you know the Gemini, my moon and my sun sign. So I let my sun speak and my moon shine. Conversations with me have you drunk like drinking moonshine. Or something like that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Never been two-faced, always been too straight. The planet, moon, and the sun said that I'm too great. And they said your crew gave too bad, you found out too late. Guided by Mercury, feeling like I'm Hercules. Move smooth with urgency, and I problem solve with ease. Communicate with certainty, and I fly. And problem solve with ease, communicate with certainty, and fly like the bees. June 2nd, 1981, that's my sunrise. So you know the Gemini, my moon and my sunshine. And I let my sun speak, and I let my moon shine. Conversations with me is like drinking moonshine, or something like that. We'll get it though. It's in there. It's in there somewhere. Never been two-faced, always been too straight. The planet, moon, and the sun said that I'm too great. And they said your crew gave too bad, you found out too late. Guided by Mercury and feeling like I'm Hercules. Guided by Mercury and feeling like I'm Hercules. Move too smooth with urgency, and I problem solve with ease. Communicate with certainty, and I'm flying like the bees. 1981, that's my sunrise. So you know the Gemini, my moon, and my sunshine. Hey, hey, hey. Gemini moon, I'm a Gemini moon. Gemini moon, I'm a Gemini moon. Gemini moon. The Gemini moon, I'm a Gemini moon, like a Gemini moon. I'm a Gemini moon. The Gemini moon, I'm my own fucking twin. I stay talking to myself. I don't need I'm my own fucking twin. I stay talking to myself. I can tell I don't need your damn help. It has that beat switch. I don't really like that part too much. That's the same beat. It just switches on it. The Gemini moon. Gemini. It's Gemini. The Gemini. It's Gemini. The Gemini. It's Gemini. The Gemini. Me, myself, and I. It's Gemini. The Gemini. No. I don't know who that is. Looks like a scam caller. Scam caller's calling. Got the scam callers calling. Say they got a bargain on your insurance. Let me insure it. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. That might be enough. You got the top cover almost done. We did the. Oh, we got it. I should have did the hands. Why didn't I go back and do the hands? Damn it, man. I'll do that tomorrow. Oh, I gotta blend that in too. But we did get this kind of sheen luster part on that top book. We did some contrasting on the second book, and there's 2 more books under that. Tomorrow we're just gonna continue to detail these books. Hopefully, look, now the sun is back out, shining all crazy and shit, man. Coming home with like torrential rains, flood warnings. Took me so long to get home today. Hopefully I can just get home tomorrow at a decent hour. And, you know, hop right in the studio and get right to it. Hop in the studio and get right to it. That Gemini Moon, I got some bars. Hey, Wendy, you got some bars going down. I got a little idea about the second verse, you know. A little idea I might roll with. A little cheap hook. Nothing real in depth. I'm gonna just keep saying Gemini Moon or something real simple. We're gonna keep it real cheap on that one. We ain't want to spend too many words on that. But the concept is there. It's a decent little theme. The beat is pretty easy to write to, and the fact that I am a Gemini, it makes it that I literally have a Gemini moon sign. It makes the song like very relevant to me. I like it. You know, I never would have thought to write this until I heard the beat with the title to it. I'm like, hey, I'll just write something called Gemini Moon. Here we go. Halfway through it, you know what I'm about to do. Somebody told me that being too routine can actually damage your neural pathways because you're not expanding your thoughts into different sectors or segments or creative modes or zones very often if you do the same thing every fucking day. And so I think I may have to change my routine some type of way because I've been doing the same thing every day for years now. And I wonder if that's like kind of hampering my cognitive abilities or my creativity in a way, because I'm not exposing myself to different things at different times of the day or becoming too monotonous in what I'm doing. I don't know. I really enjoy my routine. I really enjoy my routine. I'm not even gonna fucking lie, yo. Go to work, come home, paint, play some video games, go to bed. You know, for the most part. Like this weekend I went hiking and, you know, and so that, you know, I don't know. I don't know if I should do more stuff like that more often. I have been harping on the fact that I don't feel like I'm as social as I could be. Especially if I want to get my art out there into galleries and other things. Like I need to go talk to people sometimes, and I do try to go hang out and stuff. But I don't know. There's something for me to think about with that. Because I was about to say, you already know what I'm about to go do. I normally wait till later to shower, but I can't wait right now. I'm about to go take a shower because I was sweating so bad today with the kids outside taking hikes in the woods looking for bugs, sweating so bad. I really do need to go take a shower. And then I may play some video games or I might try to write some more to that song. She said, do whatever suits you, motherfucker. Don't worry about other people. Cognitive, whatever's because you got a routine. I think whoever did that study was just hating. All right, all the brushes are clean. All right. Speaker is off. Turn this top light off. As always, I sure appreciate your company and your help managing the stream as always, because like you say, after a while, it started feeling funny. So, you know, if I ain't had you in there, I had to handle all that by myself. And I always got my backup with me. Motherfucking trolls come in, think they trolling. I got my backup in here with me. Don't play around, boy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We'll get with y'all next time. Peace. See you next time. Oh.